Hello friends. Okay, I just wanted to show you something. I have a collection. If you go back over my photos, you'll see there's quite a few pots of succulents on the table outside my house, and they've all been in separate pots and they're kind of all outgrowing. So I thought, and then I found this kind of strange concrete wheelbarrow down the garden. Stuff like that turns up in our garden all the time. And so I thought I would put two of them in together and then just repot this one on in one of those pots. Quite often you'll buy succulents in plastic pots at the garden centre, but they do prefer terracotta because it's porous, so it's much easier for water to escape. And the one thing succulents really like, they can handle the cold, they can handle the wind, they really don't like to be wet. And they're not particularly big fans of frost either. So if you can put them somewhere inside, like in a greenhouse, if you have a little gap in a greenhouse, or just under a piece of perspex to keep the worst of the rain and the frost off them, they'll be happy out. Now I've had these lads a couple of years, and I just wanted to show you, you'll get, this one is called Hen and Chicks, and it's called Hen and Chicks because the babies come off, sorry there's a tractor. Okay, so you get the main plant and then you have these little babies come off, and they're called the chicks, and they're ever so sweet. And what you can do, I've spread this one out and I've laid these little chicks on top of the sand. Now I would use like a gritty compost mix, and actually I've mixed this with some seed compost just because it has added grit mixed into it with drainage, and it's fairly low nutrients, and that seems to work better for these guys. And I've got more of that kicking about than main compost. And I've also, usually I would mulch this with grit, but I've had to mulch this with sharp sand because I haven't got any grit. So what you can do, you can take off these little chicks and put them in straight, thanks puppy, you can put them in straight gravel and they will root. That may sound crazy, so I can take this, you can see it's already got a couple of roots starting, and I can literally push it in there and weight it down a bit with some sand so it doesn't blow away, or a pin if you have a pin. And I know that you won't believe that will grow, but look, these little chicks, I grew exactly the same way. You can see there the little leg that they were coming off the main plant, and look, that's just from sitting on plain gravel. You can see all the gravel and sand that's still attached to it. And then I've just planted that in a hole in here. But that, I'm really pleased with that. And that will grow away and eventually form its own little chicks. Ooh.